good night, and possibly good morning to you, my followers, my viewers, and my subscribers, even my well wishers. Thank you for joining the usual Throwback Sunday Live. As is customary, I will oftentimes, well, I shouldn't say oftentimes, customarily, what I usually do is to revisit what I refer to as my childhood stomping ground. So I call it Throwback Sunday, my childhood stomping grounds. But that is not the case today. Yeah. The aim um, next week, God's willing, is to continue in that light, continue along that path. But that is not the case there today. Today, I attended an event last evening and came back in the wee hours of the morning. And so I'm feeling a bit of wear and tear. I had some little chores and stuff to complete, and I just decided to just relax today. Yeah. Mind you, the relaxation is just temporary. As come tomorrow, God's willing, I have another event to attend. Probably talk about that later. Yeah. So it's an open discussion there, frankly. Basically, an open discussion. Um, I would dearly love for those of you on the live, listening, viewing, and following to share your thoughts and ideas. How is your day going? Yeah. What did you do for the greater part of the day? What is your plans for tomorrow? And I'm saying tomorrow in our case because tomorrow here is a public holiday. It's with Monday, while some others it's business as usual. And by that I mean work resumes for quite a number of you. Have you had enough rest? Have you been able to catch up on family chores and prepare your mind, body, and soul for the challenges of the upcoming week? Yes, I'm quite sure a lot of us here are still at work, not yet retired. Uh, is happy to have had that extra day, yeah, and so we'll be looking forward to Tuesday as the start for some of you. Let me emphasize here the work week, yeah. So, are there any lawn tennis fans in the house? Are there any lawn tennis fans in the world? In the on the live, sorry, folks, I am a fanatic. I dare say, I am overwhelmed, overjoyed, and happy that Coco Golf has finally attained that long-awaited French Open title. She is following in the footsteps of Serena Williams, just to name a few. Yeah. I don't know. I just got caught up there, and usually I would be watching that. I happen to be sitting here, and something flashed across, and you know, and when I did join, but I'm hoping that I could see the match in its entirety. The funny thing about it is that she lost the first set. It was very close, 7-6, to the reigning world number one, Arina Sabalenka. The thing is, she has beaten her on several occasions in recent time. I was stupefied though at the comments that Sabalenka made, in that her day was a terrible day, and is and words to the effect that Goff did not beat her, but she herself lost the match. So then what happened? Make it make sense. What has happened? You got licks. You were beaten by the better player, and the better player was Coco Gauff. Yes? Congratulations to you, young lady. You did. People around the world, in your country, immensely proud. Immensely proud. I wish you nothing but success for the years ahead. I know it's a uphill climb. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, you know. You may have injuries of one kind or another, but have faith in yourself, have faith in the Almighty. Let us look at the men's side. So this morning, I must say I chickened out. I started watching the final between, what's his name, the Italian? What is his name? Oh my goodness. He has been winning championships, a lot of championships lately. Alcaraz, and what is his name? What is his name? I guess the name would come in there shortly. And when I started looking at it, he Alcaraz had already lost the first set and was already down in the second set. So at that point in time, I gave up. I just gave up, thinking that once he's done 2 sets, that is it. Guess what happened, folks? Sinner, that's his name. Sinner is his name. Guess what happened? He came back in a thriller, 5-set thriller, to beat to beat Sinner. I was in disbelief. I was in awe. And so he too is following in the footsteps of his mentor, the incomparable Rafael Nadal, who won 13 French Open titles. Can you believe that? 13 French titles, in addition to the US, I think the Australian, and Wimbledon. Remarkable feat. So Alcaraz did the double. He won last year and he came and won this year. He repeated. Kudos to you, Alcaraz, another young rising star. Let us not forget Novak Djokovic, who reigned supreme for quite a while. And his comment after his loss to Senna is that that may very well have been his last French Open. Djokovic, you have certainly done the game of tennis proud. You have made your country proud. You have made your fans and people around the world proud. And you have made yourself proud. Yes? Best wishes of good health to you in your future endeavors. So the French Open 2025 is all but history. The next major soon to come is Wimbledon. Yeah. And folks, that is how the cycle goes. Early in the year, I think it's January, you have the Australian Open while it is summertime in Australia. You have the Australian Open, you have the French Open, you have Wimbledon, and you have the US Open. These are the 4 referred to as majors. Yep. And then towards the ending of the year, you have a year-ending tournament. Intertwined between that is some smaller championships, build up to some of the major championships. Yep. And so the cycle continues on a yearly basis in terms of the majors. As far as I can tell, And as far as I know, these are the four majors until, some maybe wealthy countries decide, well, they will throw the hat in the ring and, um, offer some lucrative prize monies, and we may just have another major. But until then, these are the four majors. So separate and apart from the lawn tennis, I know coming up soon, another sport that I am usually thrilled and excited to watch is the Tour de France. Yes, I always look forward to the Tour de France, and especially as it winds through the many villages and many towns and cities through France. Yes, you get a view of not just the cycling, but the countryside, the richness of the people, a taste of the culture, the buildings, castles, etc., etc. Yep, and it's a place I always hope with health and strength that I can one day visit. Yes, we have, in terms of cricket, West Indies is currently on a tour to England. Yep. My appetite for cricket lately has all but waned. Yep. And it has to do primarily with the fact that my team, our team, West Indies, hasn't been doing as well as we hope it can do. Yep. So that in itself is a sort of a that discourages me. Yep. Hopefully, with the right management, input from corporate entities, and more organized and competitive tournaments, and with the right frame of mind of the players, we can get back to the good old days. Yes, we saw recently here Grenada um, coming up against the Bahamas in the CONCACAF championships. I think it's a build up to the World Cup. Yes, Grenada played host to the Bahamas, and I think they won. They won handily. Yes, I must commend them there as well for that. You have several other little um, sporting activities going on. Here in Grenada, we have what we call the Whitsuntide Games, and it's primarily athletics. Athletics, yeah, where countries from the Caribbean, the region, and possibly other parts of the world come in here to compete against each other. Yeah, I think it started yesterday. Yes, it is either a 2 or 3 day event. Yep, yesterday as well we had the King of the Grill. Yes, it's a well, the name ought to say something in terms of what it is. Yes, we have quite a number of persons around the Tri-Island state coming together to compete with each other for prizes. Yes, who could um, do the best barbecue, I guess, presentation, etc., etc., etc. I have no word in terms of who would have won. Yet that was done yesterday. Later on in the evening, I think you had a carnival. Was it a carnival lounge or a soca or calypso lounge in the parish. Sorry? Juniors competition launched in the parish of St. David, Lescott, Plainview to be exact. Yeah. So, folks, Carnival Spice Mass 2025 is heating up. I saw on quite a number of the platforms people making inquiries as to um, how it is in Grenada. First time, as I dare say, in many instances. What are some events that can be looked forward to? What are some things that can be done? Yes, while on a brief stay here, um, a few inquired about um, the calypsos, the soca, and so they're not hearing much of it. I do believe this month is the month when we will hear quite a number of soca, calypso people putting their their work out, so that enthusiasts, new releases, yeah, can expect quite a number of new releases from this month going forward. Yeah, not much word at this point in time from the Carnival Development Committee. Yes, I think soon time preliminaries um, Calypso and its judging will commence. I'm subject to correction. I'm not sure if it has commenced just yet, but that will commence. Um, we see quite a number of village jab pockets of revelers doing the little thing, in preparation for the real thing. Yeah. I think word is out that from the hierarchy, yeah, that it's early days yet, but persons still going ahead, they are still going ahead, and my only problem with that is that I don't have no problems with them probably practicing, yeah, once it is done safely and not obstruct vehicle owners and drivers and persons using the roads. That's fine with me. But once you decide to create obstruction, discord this unity, and interfere with other persons, I have serious problems with that. And I make no apologies for that. Yeah. We have to be controlled. We have to be considerate, and we have to be respectful of others. Yeah. I've been told that a new hangout spot was open or is open in Vendome. I think it has to do with Limelight Hangout, something to that nature, by well-known soca artist Talpree. Yes, we passed through. I passed through. I have been passing through the Grenville area. I noticed some serious clearing, sort of an excavation, and so near to the river. And I could bet my last dollar it is in preparation for the summer event. Yeah, I'm quite sure they would have, shows and what have you there. Yeah, when last I passed there, I saw a cement truck, concrete mixer. So they're probably getting ready to probably lay foundations and what have you. I mean, the location is nice. It's away from the hustle and bustle of the venues that we have been accustomed to. the venues that we are accustomed to. The only issue may be parking. I'm not sure how that will be dealt with. It's not so much on the main road per se, you know. Um, so it's left to be seen. It's left to be seen. And there are quite a number of other, small events here and there. Um, Tomorrow being no exception. Uh, Young brother, well-known soca artist that competed against our very own Black Adam for the International Champions of Soca title in Trinidad, is here in preparation for a cruise tomorrow, God's willing. Yes, young brother. I'm quite sure many of you are familiar with his song. Yes, that very popular song. Take it easy. And folks, that which you hear is being used strictly for entertainment purposes. All right, Caesar. I learned only this morning as well too that well-known influencer Christmas List was on our shows or is on our shows. In fact, he was in that well-known area that is called Four Roads and areas within the city, St. John Street, etc. Yes, doing what he does best. Yes, it would have been such a good thing for me as a beginner newbie to have had, an interview or some discussions with him, but who knows? Maybe sometimes, somewhere, somehow. Yeah. But he was here or is here. I saw a post up where he was questioning whether or not Grandlands Beach is the best of beaches in the Caribbean. Let me warn you, Mr. Christmas List. None can compare. Yes, folks. Weather-wise today, again, we are suffering the effects of the Sahara dust. Man, it's very white. You can look in the distance and you can see between the trees on the hilltops, the mountainside, white film and envelopes, the trees and the entire atmosphere. Yes? And though it provides a cooling effect from the rays of the sun, it's doing a serious number on persons with allergies, asthmas, etc. And it has certainly intensified within the last year or two. I heard talk about it affecting even Florida in the United States. Climate change is real, folks. Climate change is real. Yeah. Again, as is always the case, we have no control. We have absolutely no control over that. Yeah. But apart from that, for me, it has been a quiet day. Um, really cool breeze, nice cool breeze, bringing with it quite a lot of dust. You sweep inside your houses, you look on your windowsill, and you know, you could never stop cleaning, wiping, dusting, mopping, you know, because though we have the cooling effect of the wind, the dust particles that the naked eyes is not able to see is transported. Yep. Those of you on the live, let me say welcome once again. What are your plans for late evening? What are your plans for tomorrow with Monday? Yeah, I know for some of you, it would take a religious twist in the sense that you will go to your church services, give thanks, yeah, while still some will be having a fun field day, picnic, boat cruise, and some others just staying at home, relaxing with the family, with the kids, with their loved ones, and prepare themselves for Tuesday. Whatever you do, I hope that it is done safely, that it is enjoyable, yes, and ensure, as always, to give thanks. Let me thank each and every one of you again who is on this live. If whatever I'm saying or has said makes any sense, resonates, please share, like, comment, and I hope that you will ultimately subscribe. I need you to help me along this journey. Thank you. Have a good evening, good night. Until next time. Goodbye.